Hi guys, Jeff Gamble, Indianapolis, Indiana, and I'm excited to announce that I'm actually partnershiped and working with Francisco. We actually met approximately a year ago. He had just come out of a meeting with Fortune Builders and was looking to invest in real estate. I actually had a background in real estate. We stayed in touch ever since. And currently, I know he's working with World Financial Group. And we were discussing just the state of what's going on in the economy and with people. And he saw what I saw in the opportunity that we'd like to share with you. And we just need a huge favor. We want to be able to give you information on what we're working on. So if you ever come across the right person, you have the ability to refer them to us. And the subject matter we're going to talk about is actually credit repair. The reason credit repair kind of means so much to me is I financially devastated myself early on in life. I made every bad decision you could make. Starting out at 19, I got married while I was in college. 6 months after that, I decided to quit school and start my own business. Not the smartest move. Went home to my mom, who's a school teacher, dad, who's a college professor, and let them know that I was going to be leaving college to try my own thing. Conversation did not go over well. They gave me all kinds of reasons why. I did it anyway, hard-headed. And unfortunately, not long after that, greatest nightmare turned out. I went in for a doctor's appointment, and that doctor sent me to another doctor who sent me to a specialist, and the specialist, after running some tests, said, unfortunately, you have cancer. This was unfortunate for two reasons. First of all, I had cancer. Second of all, I didn't have any insurance. I spent a year in the hospital, 2 surgeries, 6 months of chemotherapy. I came out, I made it, I'm alive. The problem is I owed it all. Approximately $250,000 in debt coming out of the hospital, and now what? I decided not to throw in the towel or file bankruptcy at that point. I said, well, I just need to make a lot of money and pay all this off. So I looked around at different careers that I could do that in, and one of the careers was real estate. I was watching a lot of late night TV. Charlton Sheets was talking about no money down, so I decided to jump into real estate, 2 feet and 2 arms and everything else. And I did pretty well. In 36 months, I ended up purchasing 18 properties here in Indianapolis, different ways of buying, finance, non-traditional finance, wholesale. Some I kept as rentals, some I was able to flip. In the end, we did very well. I also started a real estate company, 15 people onto my team, including myself, in a very short period of time. We were making all kinds of money. We got to the point where we were closing 11 deals a month. That was the greatest month, over $40,000 in income. The problem is, I was not anticipating 2007 and 8. Everything came to a crash very quickly. Within 6 months, I went from a brand new house, almost 3,000 square feet, 4-bedroom, in Fishers, corner lot, amazing white picket fence. I mean, everything you'd think of as success, to basically having nothing. The money ran out. I was living on a couch, and I took the last $1,000 I had and bought a pickup truck, a $600 pickup truck. If you want to know what that looks like, just take the worst pickup truck you can possibly imagine, and then take away all the good stuff. It was bad. In the end, I ended up in front of an attorney, and the attorney's like, look, we just added up everything you have, and you're approximately $3 million in debt, and there's no payment plan for that. So what you're going to have to do is basically one of these 3 choices. Number 1, you can get on a plane and fly somewhere we can't find you. And that sounded really good to me at that point. 2, you can maybe win the lottery, or maybe you have a rich relative that will let you borrow the $3.5 million that you owe. Or 3, you can file bankruptcy and start all over again. And unfortunately, that's what I had to do. I ended up having to file a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, wipe all of it out, and start all over again. Of course, what that did was completely trash my credit. So now here I am with basically no job, no house, no income, and terrible credit. I'm like, how do I get out of this one? So I actually sat down and I read the Fair Credit Reporting Act of 1971. If you want to go to sleep very quickly, it's a really good read. You might get to page 2. On top of that, I read 3 books on credit repair, Credit Repair for Dummies. I also read Life After Bankruptcy, a couple different books, and what it did is that gave me a blueprint. I actually wrote down 6 steps to get myself back on track, and I pulled my credit the day after my bankruptcy discharged, and my credit score was awful. It was like a 400, just over 500. And what I was actually able to do is, over a period of 6 months, I actually implemented those 6 steps, and ended up completely putting myself back on track. My scores had jumped in 7 months to a 691, just over 700, and a 729. Not the best credit scores in the world, but certainly amazing after that kind of financial devastation. I had like 37, 38 things on my credit report, including a foreclosure, including a bankruptcy, including a car repossession, bad utility bills. I mean, just anything you could think of, lawsuits. It was horrible. Was able to get it all straightened out. So I got known in the industry as the guy who helped people with credit. Many people knew that. I went on to build a couple companies, and this last December, 2 friends of mine actually shared something with me, and that's the reason why this video exists, why we're sharing it with you. They shared with me that there was a company out of Farmington Hills, Michigan that started in 2004 that does credit repair. The company's FES, Financial Education Services. And Mike and Paramel actually started the company. One had a banking financial background, and the other one had a programming background, and they actually put together a system to put things back together. In 2010, which is approximately, 2014, 10 years after they started the company, they started an outside sales force. And what they did at that point is they started combining together not only credit repair, but a bunch of other services. Those services include, they also brought on credit attorneys on staff to help out with like litigation and payment plan. They brought on a credit builder program to help people build credit and put it back together. The fourth thing is they brought on Smart Credit. Smart Credit is like Credit Karma. It gives you all 3 bureaus, your scores, and your updates. They brought on LifeLock, because obviously if you fix your credit, you're going to want to keep it that way and protect it from identity theft. 6, they brought on Debt Zero. Debt Zero is a program that teaches you how to get out of debt and counseling. They brought on My Care Plan as number 7. My Care Plan helps you actually establish a will and a trust. And then how to do that, you're able to call in and ask questions and figure out what should be on it. 8 is Financial Lockbox. Financial Lockbox is like a file in cyberspace where you can upload every single document that you'd ever need to start over, or, you know, to kind of lay everything out in one place. You know, we're talking about your social, we're talking about your birth certificate, all your financials, your life insurance policy if you have that, your car note, your house note. I mean, imagine being able to press a button and get everything back at one time. You know, just in case of loss of it, or, you know, there's a fire, theft, or God forbid something happen, you can even passcode protect it with a beneficiary, and they can press a button and get it all back. So we have 3 other websites as part of it. One is to save money from shopping, one is to save money on travel, and another one's to save money on prescriptions, like name brand prescriptions, anywhere between 10 to 80% off name brand prescriptions. So that package put together is $89 a month. For the FES Protection Plan membership, which includes all of that as a customer. There's a one-time $99 initiation fee, so it's $188 to start, and then $89 a month thereafter. Now, what most people ask is, how long does it take to kind of put things back together? It takes approximately 40 to 45 days to see the first round of updates come back after you start the program. I'll just tell you, for me, I was skeptical. I decided to, you know, become actually a sales rep of the company and use the product. I entered the back office. I clicked everything I needed to click. I got a package in the mail about a week later. It actually had already printed out everything it potentially saw was negative on my credit report, and there were 3 packages each one of the credit bureaus. I pulled them out. I signed what I needed to on each one of them. I put it in an envelope, and I mailed all 3 letters, one to TransUnion, one to Experian, and one to Equifax. And here's the result. About 40 days later, that was mid-December that I sent them out. At the end of January, I got an update on my phone, and it says FES is informing you that we were able to remove 2 of the 3 negative items, and your credit score has increased 41 points. I'll be real honest, I still didn't believe it. I went over to another application that I have on my phone to check it out, and my credit score really did go up 41 points in about 40 days. At that point, I wasn't so impressed with the 40 points, although that's always positive. I was impressed with the fact that this was an automated system. I thought, wow, that's really marketable. So I got back on the phone with the 2 friends that actually shared this with me. I said, okay, I know this company is looking for a couple different kinds of people. Who are they looking for? Number 1, they were looking for inside sales reps, both part-time and spare time, to actually be able to market the membership. They said, look, it's the easiest basically comp plan in the world. Here's how they compensate you. You're a sales rep, you're independent, you work the hours you want to, and when you share this membership with somebody, if they buy it, through you from your website, you get paid $100 per person up front as a bonus, and you get paid $12 every time they make their payment. So there's a residual income. You get to actually build a book of business. The average person only stays on the books somewhere between 6 to 8 months, but you can put as many people on the books as you want. If they happen to keep it longer, obviously you get paid every month they make their payment. So that's one part of the comp plan. The second type of person we're looking for really needs some more experience. That's somebody who opens up corporate accounts. You can actually open up a corporate account with a real estate company, with a mortgage company, with an auto dealership, with a tax franchise. There's a bunch of different people who basically run across this type of client all the time. We get the information in front of them. We get that to corporate. Corporate cuts a deal with them and puts that together. It's not something I specialize in, but it is an option. The third type of person who I was really excited about, the company was expanding and they said, look, we're looking for leadership. We're looking for management. We're looking for recruiter trainers. Again, it's a part-time or spare time position that you have the ability to work with a group of people who know what they're doing, and basically that's where the most money is. If you're interested in that, go ahead and get back with Francisco. We can get you all the information. But at this point, we just appreciate you for watching. We wanted to let you know what we're doing, what we're working on. Obviously, if you need credit help, you can get a hold of Francisco or know somebody who needs credit help. Have them just give him a call. He'll get them all the information. If you're interested in actually working with us, possibly making money with us, please reach out to Francisco. He'll get me on the phone. We'll answer whatever we need to, get you the information. Other than that, we really appreciate you for watching, letting us tell you what we do. And if there's anything we can do to help, we will. Thanks. Have a good day.